Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Virtue's Last Reward. I'm sorry that we stopped here. I kind of felt like I had no choice. I feel that this might take a minute after we've done this to see what happens. So, in the last one, um, we finished the director's room and we headed over here to find everyone. Ten and Quark had to go back because Ten forgot the picture of Kane Kurashiki. So, we went to go look for him, and in doing so, went back to the director's room and found a recording that Sigma watched that was supposedly Zero Senior. And at the time, it was hard for me to decipher why I thought he looked familiar. At first, my first thought was that it looked like Snake. But I think the only reason I put that together was number one, because of the white hair, and number two, because of the circus jacket slash band slash ringleader's jacket. Now, we have already seen three people in this series actually with a jacket like that. Snake, um, this man in the recording, and Dio. However, I thought for sure that he looked familiar because of something we've seen in this game, and I think that maybe it kind of looks like there was a man in K's flashback that also had that band slash circus ringleader jacket. Does it mean anything? Are they all in the same grouping? Is it just a fashion statement? We don't know. But I am very freaking nervous about where this game is about to take me. Between Akane, me worrying about who Tenmyouji is, me worrying about who the old lady is, and now Zero Two. I'm not having the best time here.
Will be displayed
I can't figure
in
it
the
out for sure. Like, I don't
warehouse.
have enough to say 100%, oh, that's the answer.
Thank you
But,
for your
man,
participation.
let's figure out what happens here. So we've picked Ally just now.
Ambidex gates now open.
Ten and Quark really wanted me to pick Ally. Now, have they seen the recording? I don't know yet. I don't know if we just saw it or if they saw it or what. And I don't know if that's going to enhance or fix the outcome. Maybe enhance is a bad word. I don't know if it's going to make this outcome better or worse.
Results from
let's just
round
see.
3 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed.
All right, let's do it. How bad did we mess up? Listen, we know it already, right? Sigma doesn't win. So we had to have messed it up.
Please
but how bad
direct
do we
your
mess it up
attention
is the
to the
question.
results screen.
It's no longer a matter of did we mess up? The answer is yes. How bad is it? That's what we've got to ask ourselves. All right, everyone but Alice is here. Oh, I guess we knew that that would happen. What? Wow! Wait a second! Did they... Did they actually do me dirty like that? Did they actually betray me? Wow! Why did they fucking do that? Why did they do that? Hang on here. Why did Luna and Clover betray Kay? What's going on with that? Is it because he would have gotten the 9 points to get out? So Clover can leave. Tenmyouji and Quark can leave. Alice couldn't do anything, but Phi betrayed Dio because she knew that that was the right thing to do, even though she's at 1 now and I'm at 1. Oh, Greek buddies forever, you and me, Phi. Jesus Christ. All right, listen. This is bad. What the
Points
fuck happened
have been
here?
assigned or subtracted accordingly.
I really thought they were going to pick Ally. I really actually did. Why did they hit betray?
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
They just did that to dick me because they would have gotten out regardless. Why in the fuck? Oh, they've got some splaining to do. You better fucking speak. After all that fun we had in that room, are you serious? Did that mean nothing? My heart is broken. I can't believe this shit. Hey, what the hell, guys? Why did you betray me?
Quark had nothing to do with this.
Sure he didn't. I don't care. I'm looking at you two as a singular entity right now. It's too bad.
I made the vote.
Yeah, well, what the fuck, man? I thought we were bros, dude.
Grandpa,
Or did the kid hit it and you're, you're taking the blame? All right, fine. Why did you break your promise, Tenmyouji?
I only promised you one thing.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't open the number 9 door, even if we got 9 points.
Okay, you're still gonna really stick to that? You're just trying to kill me then? Is that the point? What? So you're not going to leave?
Not what I said.
Oh no. Oh no. That's why Clover betrayed Kay. Tenmyouji probably had dialogue with her. And they're probably getting out together. Clover's gonna open the door. Or Quark.
Of course we're going to leave.
Oh no. Oh, Sigma. You cannot win, boy. It's just an ordinary day here down in Sigma land. That's right. Every day is shining. It's a beautiful, happy day. What?
Look. See Clover over there?
What? Don't tell me. He knew that she would. They probably either had it in cahoots or he knew that she would do it. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's wonderful.
Oh no.
That's just fantastic. Don't you oh no me, you've done this shit before.
Jeez.
But I know it's a different route.
That bitch!
Oh, you too. You have nothing to say.
Wait. Quark and Tenmyouji have...
Yep. The words were barely out of her mouth when Tenmyouji and Quark ran past.
No! God damn it!
Yep. Oh, everyone's running. Are they gonna be able to stop him? I doubt it.
Clover,
Clover, how could you... Girl!
are you really going to leave?
Oh, no.
Well, yeah.
Man! Jesus Christ.
Why else would I open the door?
This is like everyone's got schizophrenia or something, and every single route is their alternate ego. Because I swear to God, sometimes we think that like we've got their number, and then the other times they're just like, nope, here's me now. This is the new me.
But why?
I'm going to go call the others,
Uh-huh.
so we can capture Zero Senior.
Zero Senior, what the frick? What you mean, girl?
Tenmyouji, are you and Quark going too?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Would you? Oh, okay. You're sorry about it. What does that mean, capture Zero Senior? How do they know about that? Did they actually see the recording?
Sorry, everybody.
Well, I don't even know what to say about this. Like, well, that's not even good enough, though, is it?
So, Sigma,
Yeah? What's up, my dude?
happy?
What do you mean? About what?
I kept my promise.
What? Why is he so mean to me suddenly?
Clover opened the door, not me.
I get it. I mean, I got it, but what is the significance of this? Like hell, I'm happy. That's some shady shit, Tenmyouji.
If you say so.
Wow, he's got the sass. What the fuck crawled up your butt?
I have to get out of here, and that's that.
Okay, did you just make this decision now, or what happened?
He's got to pay for what he's done.
Who does?
He?
Who are you talking about?
Zero.
Oh, he must have seen the recording. I think he's under the impression now that Zero killed the old lady who he was clearly close to.
You mean you know who Zero Senior is?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Who is he?
No point keeping it a secret now, I suppose.
Who is he?
I know exactly who Zero Senior is.
What do you mean? I've got a bad feeling about this.
What?
A real bad feeling, actually. Uh-oh. Just his whole tone of voice changed and everything. That was intense.
The number 9
Boy, I gotta
door
say, like, the
has
voice
been
acting in
opened.
this, I mean, in 999 it was very good too, I think, but the voice acting in this has blown me right the fuck away. As an aspiring, like, hobbyist voice actress myself, I'm, like, really into this. Like, I'm taking notes.
It will
good
remain
stuff.
open for 9 seconds.
Really, really good.
Let's go.
Oh, okay. You guys gonna explain yourselves?
Come on, guys. Time to move.
Right.
Oh, wait.
What?
This is for you, Mr. Sigma.
Please, is it a kick in the pants? Quark held something out. What's this? I looked down to see 2 pieces of folded paper. What is this?
It's a letter.
Okay,
I wrote it in the director's office before the AB game.
I see.
I wanted to tell you what kind of guy Grandpa is.
Oh, all right.
So, read it, okay?
I'll read it, yes. What could this be? He pressed it into my hand.
See you later, Mr. Sigma.
Bye, Quark. Oh no, we've only just spent a little time with the kid and now he's leaving. Then he turned and ran toward the door, Tenmyouji and Clover following in his footsteps. I was so surprised by the letter that I didn't even try to stop them. Before I could think of anything to say.
See you.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye. This is odd. Wait, he didn't tell us who Cyril was. Why? Oh no, wait, why though? Oh. Uh-oh.
The number 9 door has closed.
Oh, why does this suddenly fill me with dread?
This ends the nonary game.
Oh, heck. Oh, I'm worried about what might be in this note, too.
Thank you for your participation.
Yeah, you're welcome.
As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked.
Thanks.
Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
I surely will. I will. In the I Can't Win motel. That's where we're living. Can we read the note at the very least?
Shit.
Well, guys, what do you want to do first? Do you want to go play some darts or do you want to go get something to eat or maybe something to drink? How about that? What should we do?
They're gone.
They sure are.
All we can do now is hope they bring help back.
That's true, but I don't know. That didn't seem so helpful, did it?
Indeed.
I agree.
Like they didn't even mention it or anything. Oh, brother. All right, what's this then? I looked down at Quark's letter and slowly unfolded it. His handwriting was still slightly uneven, but he'd filled both pages with writing. I began to read. It was a really stormy day when he found me. He said the rain was coming down so hard it almost hurt, but somehow he managed to hear a baby crying. I guess I must have been crying pretty loud. He took me home and did his best to raise me, but he'd never been married or had a kid before, so I think it was really hard for him. He couldn't figure out how to mix the formula, so he was always carrying the directions around with him. That's so sweet. Oh my gosh. Also, I guess I was a pretty picky eater, so if he didn't get the water to formula ratio right, I wouldn't eat it. I guess I was kind of a pain, huh? But he didn't give up, and now here I am. When he found me, I was really, really small, and he was worried that I might not make it. That's why he named me Quark. A quark is a really, really small thing, and I was really, really small too. Grandpa didn't need to worry though, because it turned out that I was pretty tough. When I was 1, he forgot that I was sleeping on the bed of his truck and drove off. I rolled out and went off the back, but I didn't even get scratched. I started walking when I was 2, and when he wasn't looking, I fell down the stairs. Oh my God. I didn't get hurt then either. When I was 3, I got really sick. I had a super high fever for a week, but eventually I got better. I guess you could say I'm pretty lucky. Oh. Anyway, I didn't really have any more accidents after that, and I was a pretty healthy kid. By the time I was 6, I'd started helping Grandpa out with his work. His job was to gather junk from abandoned buildings. Then he'd fix it up or pull out the useful parts and sell them. So that's real? Okay. There were plenty of abandoned buildings, but finding good stuff in them was hard. You had to know which parts were useful, or you could end up wasting a bunch of time. There were plenty of abandoned buildings. Is that because the current world is all fucked up? Oh, that might be something we find out. Every time I'd find something, he'd explain to me what it was, how it was supposed to work, how to fix it, all sorts of things. Usually, though, I just wanted to finish up work so I could go to the theater. The theater came to our town once a week in a wagon. They'd show old news or movies. I went every single week, but Grandpa only went once in a while, and he'd only go weeks when they showed movies. Oh, yeah. I didn't know that I'd been adopted until I was 7. One of the other kids on my block told me. I guess after Grandpa found me, he looked all over town to try and find someone who'd take me. The kid from my block actually had a mom, and he'd asked her if he would take me too. I gotta admit, I was pretty shocked when I heard that. There weren't a lot of kids with parents around, so hearing that someone lived with his actual mom was pretty impressive. Oh. That's an ominous statement. I was also kind of surprised that Grandpa had tried to get someone else to take me. Well, did that mean he didn't want me? The kid who told me about Grandpa trying to get rid of me was a real jerk. He was totally spoiled, and he'd brag to everybody about how he had a mom. He liked to come up to me while I was working and say stuff like, "Must be hard not having a mother." That's not nice. Kids are mean as hell. It never bothered me before, but after I found out that Grandpa had adopted me, I started to think that maybe he didn't really want me. If I could work on my own, then he could get rid of me. I was scared to know the truth, so I never asked him. Then, one day he took me to a bar in our neighborhood. During the day, of course. He went in there sometimes to drink scotch, but I'd never gone before. When we got in, he just walked up to the counter with that grumpy look he has, and I thought, oh no, he's gonna make me work here. But I was wrong. I saw him pass something to the bartender, and then he picked me up and set me down on a stool next to the counter. The stool was pretty high, especially for a 7-year-old kid, and my legs just dangled off of it. It seemed really, really high to me, and I was nervous. Eventually, the bartender came back over with a glass of scotch and another big glass full of something else. As I looked closer, I realized the second glass was full of some sort of brown liquid with a scoop of ice cream on it. Oh, Pog and ice cream float. Those are so good. It took me a minute to realize what it was. A root beer float. I'd never seen one before. I was so surprised. Root beer was even more expensive than the nicest alcohol in the bar. To me and the other kids, it seemed more like an urban legend than a real drink. But there it was, right in front of me. I stared at the float. Well, I still wasn't sure if it was real at that point, and then I turned to look at Grandpa. He looked back at me. I didn't know what to do, so I turned to the bartender. He'd already turned around and moved off, though, so I figured he must have put the glass down in front of me on purpose. It still didn't seem like it could be real, and I was just staring at it when Grandpa told me to hurry up and drink it before the ice cream melted. His gruff voice sounded like an angel. "Is this really mine?" He nodded. Words can't describe how awesome it was. I'd never tasted anything like root beer before. The creamy sweetness of the ice cream made my entire head feel light. I felt like the luckiest boy in the whole world. That's not an exaggeration, I really thought that. The root beer float was delicious, but what made me even happier was Grandpa. When I looked over at him, he was smiling. I know that's gotta be hard for you to imagine, but he really was. This has gone way longer than 2 pages, I feel. Well, maybe he wrote on the back of them. Right then, I didn't care whether he just found me and adopted me or not. He bought me a root beer float. That made me way luckier than some kid who had a mother but had never tasted root beer. Well, of course, after we left the bar, he was the first kid I bragged to. This is so sweet. So Grandpa and I were doing pretty good. Until the fight. I was in a super bad mood that day, and I'd torn one of my shoes that morning, and some old drunk guy had yelled at me all the junk I found was totally useless. The day was almost over and I was fed up, so I just grabbed some random trash and took it back to the house. When I showed what I'd found to Grandpa, he frowned. He started going through each thing I'd brought, explaining why they were all useless. I got really mad, and I just yelled, "I don't care!" Then he got mad, and I couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I was pretty upset, and I started thinking that maybe Grandpa'd only adopted me so he could raise me to work and make money for him. After a while, I went and hid in an abandoned building, but by then I'd started to calm down and think maybe I should go back and apologize. It had started raining pretty hard, though, so I decided I should wait for it to stop. But that was just an excuse. The truth was that I was nervous. Part of me knew that I'd done something wrong, but I didn't want to admit it. The rain didn't stop, though, so I just sat there staring out at the gloomy gray sky. I imagined Grandpa coming to get me. It kept raining all night, and he never showed up. I gave up waiting and decided it was time to go home. I was about halfway there when I heard someone groaning. At first, I thought I should just ignore it and not get involved, but I went over anyway, and it was Grandpa. He was totally soaked, and I could tell right away that he'd been there for a really long time. I yelled, and he opened his eyes a little. He smiled weakly and said he was glad I was safe. He'd spent all night out in the rain looking for me. I felt awful. Grandpa had been out in the rain looking for me so long that he collapsed. I was horrible. He heard me crying in the rain, but I hadn't heard him. As I ran to get the doctor, I promised whatever God might be listening that if they would only save Grandpa, I'd never ask for another root beer float ever again. He got a real bad fever and his temperature wouldn't go down for days. The doctor said that if it kept up, he'd die. If he died, then I'd be all alone. There wouldn't be anybody left to care about me. The thought of that happening terrified me. This is so sad. Fortunately, I must have passed on some of my luck to Grandpa because a week later his fever finally broke. I was glad he wasn't going to die, but I was also a little scared. What if he had decided he didn't want a stupid kid like me around anymore? My plan was to apologize as soon as he woke up, but when the moment came, my brain just stopped. Grandpa started to talk, and it took me a minute to realize he was apologizing. I didn't know what to think. He explained that he was an old man, and that meant that he was probably going to die sooner rather than later. He was strict with me because he wanted to make sure I'd be able to make it on my own after he was gone. But maybe he'd been a little too strict. All of the things I'd worried about had been stupid and selfish. Grandpa cared about me a whole lot. He'd been worried when I ran off, and he'd gone out into the rain to look for me. I tried to apologize, but when I opened my mouth, I just started crying. I don't think I've cried that much since I was a baby. But he just smiled and patted my head. I asked him if he'd ever regretted adopting me. His eyes got all wide and he said, "Of course not." He told me that he was looking for a really important lady, and because of that, he had to give up on pretty much everything else in his life. But when he took me in and started raising me, he'd felt like he'd gotten some of what he lost back. That was when I decided I'd stay with him forever, even if he said I couldn't. Oh my God! Looking for a really important lady. Oh, guys, it must be. Wait. That means it has to be. Is it? Oh no. Wow. I have to admit, I had some tears in my eyes during that. Wow-wee. I knew there was going to be some kind of big story behind 10. Big story. Okay, we don't have to see this, but oh my goodness. Tenmyouji's ending. In Root Beer Veritas, we saw Tenmyouji's ending in VLR. Wow. Wow. Yeah, we can save. There there it is. We have some time, so should we keep going? I say yes, because now we're getting so much story so quickly that it's probably better as it's fresh in my mind. So if that's Tenmyouji's ending, I'm almost positive that this right here is a game over, but we should make sure, just in case there might be two character roots connected to each other, but I feel like that's probably not a possibility, but just in case. Wow, though. The feels in that, but I still don't understand why Tenmyouji betrayed me. He could have gotten out. He's gonna get out on this route as well, even if I hit betray now. So I can't understand why he did that. And he was so angry. It had to have been
1
about the
minute
projection,
remains
right?
until Ambidex game
He has to
polling
have seen the
closes.
projection and then had like a revelation of some kind. And he knew who Zero Senior was, and that changed something for him. And he had to get out. I wonder if that's what it was. I had a decision to make. Should I trust them? Well, we can't. We're not gonna trust them now. Betrayal is the safe bet.
You've gotta trust us.
But honestly, betrayal is not gonna do anything.
You promised.
It's not gonna do anything for us now. Tenmyouji I could betray easily enough. Listen, Quark is
10
unfortunately
seconds
attached to
remain
it.
until
So-
Ambidex game polling closes.
We don't have much choice. We're gonna do it because we have to see the
9,
ending.
8, 7, 6.
Okay, ma'am.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Let's do it.
1.
Bonk. All right, let's see what happens now. Is he gonna be just as mad? Because I'm assuming, like I said, that he did see the projection.
Round 3 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation.
Whew, all right.
Ambidex gates now opening.
Okay, let's see what he has to say about this. Probably nothing good because he was so agitated in that last route that I'm only going to be assuming that he's still agitated in this route because he saw the projection, and I think me betraying him is not going to go over well.
Results from
Oh
round
no.
3 of the Ambidex
Maybe we'll get more
game
info, though.
will now be displayed.
Okay, let's just have whatever the game wants to give us and piece it together.
Please direct your attention to the results
But I'm
screen.
going to tell you right now, this is going somewhere big. I can tell already. This is going to be bigger than I can probably even contemplate. Like, it's going to be huge. All right. I'm assuming this is all exactly the same. Yep. 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 Well, them's the breaks, isn't it? Oh, wait, you're right. Wait, I was wrong. They're not getting out. They only have 8. Why did I think they were getting out? Oh, even, okay. I messed up with my reasoning. So they weren't going to get out if I also betrayed them. They would just be below 9. So no one, well, Clover can still go. But is she? Ooh, I think 10's going to be mad.
Points have been
For some reason, I calculated
or
it wrong, and I thought that no matter what we
accordingly.
voted, they were going to get out.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Well, at least I don't have 1. Phi does, unfortunately, though. Okay. Oh, this is gonna go over well. Hey, what's the deal? Yeah, I guess they can't really get too mad at me because they also broke their promise like I did. So we're really peas in a pod.
Quark had nothing to do with it.
Okay, same thing, really?
I entered the vote.
All right. So why'd you choose betray?
Couldn't I ask you the same thing?
Because I knew you were going to? Oh, wait, I don't know if I can explain that, though. Sigma, you got anything?
I don't really think this is the time for a fight, though.
Okay. What do you mean?
Look,
Is Clover going for it?
Clover's over by the door.
Oh, so okay, so after clearly they saw the projection, and after they saw the projection while I was busy rummaging around looking for them, he probably went to Clover and told her what he saw. And if he is Junpei, like I'm starting to think that he might be, he would definitely have to have some dialogue about whoever that Zero Senior is. Because if anybody's going to want to have dialogue about Zero Senior, it's going to be those two, right? Because of their past. So that makes sense. But I'm still having a hard time with him being Junpei, but it might be a thing. What? Oh no. No, she's going for it. She's just going to go for it alone. Okay. Yeah, they must have decided that when they got together and talked about it, I'm assuming. They must have had some kind of failsafe, which is why they
The
betrayed.
number 9 door.
That's why they betrayed Kay.
Fuck, she opened it.
Yep.
Ugh!
No, everyone's mad.
Why? Clover, wait!
Oh, even Quark's surprised, is he? That's strange. Maybe just Ten had the conversation Quark didn't hear. Clover? What the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm going to call the others.
Okay. What?
I'll get justice for Alice.
When she says the others, I'm assuming she means the people she works with? Justice? Wait, do you mean... I'm assuming she means the government she works for. Well, if she brings them over here, maybe at least we'll have help.
The number 9
Too bad we'll
door
never see that.
has been opened.
Because we never do. It's always a game over before that happens.
It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Okay.
Time for me to go.
Okay, say you.
No!
Why is he so upset about it?
Please, Clover, wait!
Well, it's too late. She already opened the door. So since the door's open, we might as well send someone out to get help. It's too late. If she doesn't leave, we're all stuck here.
Like hell, I'm just gonna let you walk out of
Oh,
here.
Dio, what the hell are you gonna do? Dio leapt at Clover, his fist raised. Clover easily avoided him and moved towards the door.
Goodbye.
Oh shit, see you, girl. No, she's still really on it for Alice. She wants to figure out what went on. I caught one last glimpse of her face as she slid through the door. It was a mask of ice. She's determined. Oh shit, okay. Well... I wonder what Tenmyouji said to her. I wonder if we're gonna find out what he said to her, really. If that's even a thing that we can do.
The number 9
Excuse me.
door has closed.
Right, okay.
This ends the nonary game.
Sure does.
Thank you for your participation. As the game
Yep.
is over, escape.
Sorry, I'm just gonna go
Enjoy.
through those really quickly. We probably don't need to hear those again. Okay, so what happens now? Are we gonna get an explanation on what happened? No, it's just that. So he didn't mention anything about knowing Zero Senior or anything. Clover just runs to get revenge for Alice. That's the end of it. True game over. Seriously? Okay, well, you shouldn't save in an active LP, but we're gonna do it. Let's go back to the flowchart real fast and see what we have now. Did we unlock more? I think so. Let's take a look. So we have 2 passwords now. One for bomb 0, I believe, and one for bomb 1. Now there are more bombs. I don't know if we have to wait until we get all of those passwords. I'm assuming yes. But I'm also assuming that the game will tell us what we need to do. 5 minutes of life. That's still locked, so we can't do anything there. There's one right here, which is there isn't enough antiviral medication. Now this is unlocked, so we could do this next. And also, what's left? We have this over here. How do we stop Phi? Who planted the bomb? Still, this is locked. And this is locked too. Who planted the bomb is in 2 places, which is a little confusing, but it's still there. And then, shoot. So really our only option is to take this open route here. There isn't enough antiviral medication. I don't know if I want to start this route now, because probably what's going to happen is I would like to start it, go down one path, and then in another episode, because it looks like, I mean, I know that these paths get longer as they go. This looks like it could have a lock in it somewhere, but I don't half wonder if we have what we need to go all the way down to the bottom of this. So we will have to find out in the next one. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. And I will see you soon in the next episode. We are going to take this route in the next episode here and go from there and see what we can do. Thank you so much for all the help, guys. Wow, this is getting intense. And I think it's only going to get worse from here. And I'm so glad you guys are with me for it. I really appreciate you guys. Toodaloo.